Exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And Happy New Year's. I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we had, well, you called it motor oil.
It was motor oil, yes.
I called it napalm because it stuck to the back of my throat and would not go down. It's terrible.
I'm still feeling it right now.
Yeah, it's the neat grain whiskey, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And want to give a shout out to a good friend of the channel, Primetime Treasure Hunter. He's on after us, and he's got Tommy and Tracy go Primetime. So he's got an interview show tonight. Should be fun. Actually, it brings up a question.
Okay.
How long into the new year can you say Happy New Year's to people?
Man, I say a week.
Week?
Yeah.
So this is our one and only time we're going to say Happy New Year's out there to everyone viewing.
Hold on, I take that back. 8 days.
Okay.
Because we can say it when we film Saturday.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
8
Nice,
days.
nice.
Yeah.
I was going to say, can you say it the first time you see somebody during the year? Until you see them in
really,
August.
You really can.
Until you see them in August.
Yeah, you should be able to get away with that. Yeah, I don't see why not.
We got a few people in the house already.
Well, Michael was in the house, I think, yesterday. So he's been hanging out. Good for you. You know, Star Wars is coming out soon, too. The lovely Dawn is here. See the lights. Hopefully someday I will see them. The lovely Lori is here nice and early. And Jack's Jewels, Gemstones, and Precious Metal Jewelry. I bet you can't say that 5 times in a row.
You're right. I cannot.
Want to try? I'll try.
Go ahead. Try it.
Jack's Jewels, Gemstones, and Precious Metal Jewelry.
No,
all right.
You got
all
to
right.
1 1/4.
Nice. I want to blame it on that liquor.
I want to thank everybody for last week's show. It was actually, I think it was our best live show we've had. And that was all basically due to you.
Oh, thank you.
No, not you. I was looking at the camera. Y'all came out of the box. Y'all did really, really well. Y'all you did your homework, and I want to really salute you all for that. And then I don't know if you remember last week. Do you remember what?
I remember nothing from last week. What have you learned?
Do you remember what Popeye's Postcards, what his goal was?
Oh, it was some crazy amount of listings. It was like
his 500,000
times. Yeah, 10 times that he's ever done. Yeah, 10
his
times.
500,000 death pile of postcards. He actually posted a video about that, showing not the whole thing, but showing how it was all set up in all of them. So do check that out if you haven't checked out. It is a lot of fun. I did comment on her on our behalf, and I said, geez, 500,000 postcards takes up a lot less space than death pile of 500,000 magazines.
I do envy that. Though I do have 500,000 sports cards. That's even smaller than
that. Is true. Yeah. See, you're going the right direction.
Yeah, someday.
I got to have 500,000 $10 gold coins. Then I'll be in really good shape.
For sure. For sure.
We got a few more
right,
people.
We got the lovely Michelle's in the house nice and early. How's it going? Paul's in the house. Oh, he's got COVID. All right, sorry about that. But it's pretty common nowadays, so I wouldn't even worry about it. Pudding's Postcards is here. The local Joe Losey's in the house. And Sensible Treasures like always.
Nice, nice. So we'll get right into the show. Any buys?
Not much. I'm more.
Breaking news!
I am more disciplined in 2022. Like I said, I'm going to buy smarter. I've made a bunch of people offers, which I thought was very fair. They're hemming and hawing and thinking about it, and I leave it at that. I go, that's the most I can do. Take it or leave it. If it's a gold mine,
it's gold.
If it's a once in a lifetime deal or rare stuff, it's a whole new ball game. But we had a guy come in today with 35 mirror signs. Wow, that liquor is pretty good. Beer signs. Beer signs that
I was trying to figure out what they were.
Beer signs that were mirrors.
Okay.
All right. So I was right, mirror signs.
You really were? Yeah.
But and they were cool. There were some rare ones. I looked them up, and he wanted
what size?
They range from 8 by 10 up to bigger than 16 by 20.
Ooh, all right.
And he had a fair price. He wanted like $10 a piece. Most were like 20 to 50. But I said, you know what? These are high risk, low profit. 35 of them. I said, high risk, low profit. I said, I can't touch that price. I can make you an offer, but it's probably gonna be less than half, because what's gonna happen is
they're never gonna
I'll pull out maybe the 5 best and say, okay, these 5, I'll get my 350 back or whatever. And he understood. It was a regular. He's been coming in a lot lately. He understood, and he took him home, sadly, but it is what it is. You have to be disciplined. I'm going to try hard.
Well, and that was one of our 2022 goals, is not to get into deals like that. So far you've done pretty well on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Anybody out there?
How about you?
Thank you. Is anybody out there buying anything? I did buy a couple of things on eBay just to test the waters last year.
Okay.
One thing that I've noticed, people do not know how to pack things. One thing that I bought, it was 4 magazines. The person shipped them, no bag,
No bag. Jeez.
no backer, in a paper envelope.
Wow.
And it was raining that day.
Oh, jeez.
Thank goodness I was home doing the day job from home, and I grabbed it as soon as the mailman dropped it off, and within like half a minute. If I had been out in the field that day, they would have been ruined. They would have been absolutely ruined.
Well, if we shipped it like that, we'd get instant negative.
Yep.
Instant.
And then there was another thing that came in, same deal, magazines, no bag on them.
Wow.
So people are not bagging the
Are these
magazines.
newbies or veterans?
Fairly new. Yeah, but they're not using the bag. And years ago, both of us used to use the craft envelopes to mail things out in. Now we both use the poly bags.
Yep.
Because, and definitely the poly bags are the way to go.
Yeah, they don't tear.
Well, A, they don't tear,
you know.
but B, it gives you added protection against the weather, especially in the wintertime.
Sure.
And you get people with snow, you get people with rain, all that kind of stuff. Your carrier is going to leave the package where he's going to leave the package at.
Right.
And if he leaves it out in the rain and you have or out in the snow, or even in the snow, it melts against the package there, and it's going to ruin whatever's inside it. So
speaking of packages, I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's on my mind. So I ordered 20 acrylic Star Wars cases for the loose figures. So they're the fancy thick ones. I want to store my better ones in those. It was like $10 a piece if you buy 20. So they got delivered today, but I did not see them come in with the mailman. Post office delivered them. It says left with the employee. That's what it says when you track it delivered. I go, I was here all day. Never happened. 2 hours later, someone was coming and said, you have a package outside?
Oh.
So it must have been a second carrier because he came in with packages.
Right.
But someone else left that one outside.
Yep.
Very odd. That
was congratulations, Michelle. She made it to her 10K. Nice.
Great job.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, though. Just the terrible jobs that people are doing in shipping things out. One thing, though, I did get into some old things that I had bought a while ago and was opening packages up that I had a while ago. Somebody had actually done a very interesting idea for packing. You know how we buy the cardboard and use the cardboard as a stiffener?
Yeah.
Do you know what they used?
Couldn't guess.
Front covers of books.
Oh.
So they had some junk books, and they used the front covers of them. They were actually really thick.
That is a good idea.
If you're just going to trash the book anyway, I said, wow. I said, that is actually a pretty good idea if you're going to trash the book anyway, because it did protect.
I'm sure some people took it one step further and they do that to magazines and they media mail them like it's a book.
I've heard of things like that. Yeah,
I wouldn't know about it. I wouldn't take a chance. But
no, we don't do that. But I do know somebody that has. Oh, went to a flea. Whoa,
nice
flea market on New Year's Day. That's nice. I got to figure out where you're at. Maybe I'll go next year. We have more restrictions again here in Ontario. Luckily, I have plenty of stock. Oh boy.
So I guess our friend and I are going to Canada next month.
Probably not. No, probably no time soon, unfortunately.
Enforcers in the house. How's it going?
No, and Don actually commented on a couple of our Facebook posts. And if you haven't checked those out, do check those out. Try to put up a humorous one every day. I think I mostly succeed.
No,
so
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. No. No, I think I
feel the same. Yeah,
we're all kind of like that over there, which is why a lot of us did have the 2022 goals of not just buying stuff.
Alan's in the house. How's it going? Along with Amazon Seller 99. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. Amazon Seller.
Everything's going strong for you. My Amazon was great. I'm sure yours was as well.
Been another auction. Trying to show some restraint. Yeah,
that's it. Let's be disciplined.
Yeah, hey.
So I'm trying hard. It's tough.
I'm not having any problems because I did the search of the estate sales. Nothing good up. No. Nothing worth going to. And I'm just like, Again, not that I won't go to a mediocre estate sale, but it's got to be not out of my way whatsoever. In other words, if my day job takes me to Fairport and there's an estate sale 2 blocks away in Fairport and I have time, I'll stick my nose in it. But I don't want to go out of my way to go to Fairport on a Saturday for a junky estate sale because I got enough stuff going on now. And, again, unless we got some other plans, we're driving around anyway.
Right. Yeah,
so
we're trying. The good thing with me not buying any inventory is that I'm buying tons of stuff for my own collection. So I'm hooked on these graded comics, these Spider-Man graded comics. I don't know. It's like I buy 1 or 2 every day. I can't. I'm addicted to that, I think, at this point.
I've been buying stuff for my own collection too. I bought a Blue Beetle #1 today.
Wow.
First appearance of the Question by Steve Ditko.
What year was that from?
1967.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
I said, you know something, I want that, so I went and found one.
Yeah.
It was a reasonable price on eBay, so I said, what the heck?
Sure.
Why not? Yeah, it wouldn't come here right now. Yeah, it's I don't think anybody should go anywhere right now.
No,
quite honestly,
need,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hey, and how's everybody's sales out there doing? I want to hear how your sales are doing too.
Mine are down a little, eBay more so, but I think I'm selling more quality. So my average tickets and my orders are down, but my average ticket is up. So I guess it's, I'm hanging in there. Website's doing well. And I do have one sale on Mercari.
Oh.
Yep. I bet you guys didn't know I'm still on Mercari from almost a year ago.
You know who else didn't know he was still on Mercari from a year ago?
Mr-Magazine. So I thought they booted me off because I was putting Playboys on where everyone else can sell them and I couldn't. So then this was how many months? Almost a year ago.
It was May. It was May 21st. Yep.
So I get an email. I forwarded to Papergoy and I said, "Is this right? I sold an item on Mercari. I didn't even know I belonged to this place." So yeah, I'll have to mail it out and see what happens. But I certainly don't want to keep trying to list. Well, at this point,
but did you take a look at your order that came in?
Not thoroughly yet. I didn't print it out yet. I'm a day late right now. Still in shock.
They opted for UPS shipping.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Oh, good for them.
They can have whatever they want.
They usually come to either the warehouse or the shop daily, so it
shouldn't be a problem anyway.
Okay,
yeah. I'm sure you could do post office too. I'm sure.
Who gives them that option? I know I didn't.
Yeah, you may have, but you may have been something in your defaults. Who knows? Because again, you never didn't sell enough on there to really get deep into the defaults. So who you guys know? Art man.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Can't argue with that at all.
Anything free is good.
Yeah. So how's everybody else's sales out there? I'm definitely wanting to hear how other people. Hey, Popeyes, we gave you a shout out early. Told people to watch your video.
Answered your question.
Pretty good. Oh, very wow. That's maybe I got to get more into postcards. Sales jumped when I hit 10K a lot. My sales are dismal this year. They're not very good this year whatsoever. I'm hoping it's a combination of all of my buyers being stuck on I-95 and for 27 hours in the snow. Shout out to everybody out there. I feel for you. That would not be good. I'm thinking all I can think of is with all the health issues going on right now and with the people being stuck at airports and people being stuck on the highways and all that stuff going on. And people aren't sure if they're going, schools are going to be staying in session. There's just a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
But if everybody else's sales are doing well, then I just suck.
They could be better. I mean, I'm going to call them average at best, But
mine are below average, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, I got one employee we know has had COVID for 2 weeks. He still has the symptoms. We have another employee that has a bad back. Another one has anxiety. So we've been really low on employees. So we haven't even been able to list much, sadly. So I think that's part of the reason as far as eBay goes.
Wow. Yeah. Maybe I just don't know what the heck I'm doing on eBay at this point, which is everybody tunes off and goes find somebody else on YouTube that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. What are you going to teach these people?
That is very true. Oh, he's been on vacation in the store the last 2 weeks, Angela. Probably still doing better sales than me. But anywho,
close. Yeah.
Close. Thank you. Too erratic. No pattern to manage, measure strategies. Yeah. So, I don't know. Again, I don't know what it is. Now, on the other sites, I did sell nothing on VivsViews. I sold one thing this morning on $1 Million Peddlers, and I sold one item on Etsy. The Etsy sale was interesting. So I sold it New Year's Eve.
Okay.
I have everything set up on Etsy to go out media mail just because I was trying to figure out the settings on it. And finally, I just said, I'll set everything up for media mail, but that doesn't mean I have to ship it media mail.
Right.
So when I sell a magazine, for instance, I ship it out first class. I upgrade their shipping. They are expecting media mail. I ship it the proper way, no problem. But my settings show media mail, but it also shows free shipping. I'm free shipping across the board on it. So whatever.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
No.
Do you remember when New Year's Eve was? What day of the week?
It was a Friday.
Friday. They bought the item at, let's say, 6:30 at night on a Friday.
Okay.
Do you know what Saturday would have been?
New Year's Day.
Wow, you're good at this. So what is my next potential possible shipping day?
Monday?
Monday, January
The
3rd.
Yeah.
So I had my shipping set up for media mail. And this was somebody in Geneva, New York, which is just up the road, bought it.
Okay.
Set up for media mail shipping. Bought it Friday night. I cannot ship till Monday.
Yeah.
I
It's still on its way.
I get a warning that my shipment might be late when I put it in for first class. I said, excuse me, when exactly can I ship? I can't even ship until Monday.
This is Etsy.
Etsy, yeah. It said the buyer expected it Monday. I'm like, well, the buyer can expect it whenever they want. I can't even ship it until Monday.
Yeah.
So for some reason or other, Etsy's computers viewed New Year's Day as being a regular shipping day.
Wow.
I said, absolutely nothing I can do about that.
No,
I mean, it's
crazy.
got to go out when it's got to go out. I can't, I called the postmaster general and he said he would not open the post office just for me. I tried.
I believe
it was worth the try.
Sometimes it doesn't open up for the whole world, so don't feel bad.
December, Pudding's Postcard is best month, down 5% so far this year compared to December. I took last week a year off, so hoping to start growing again. Yeah, I mean, I'm listing my stuff still. Do you remember any of my New Year's resolutions?
Well, you had a lot that we all had, I think.
Yeah. Well, one of them was to be trying to list the projects that I had, the various projects. I actually did get to one of them. I had 50 advertising fans that I had picked up, and I listed them all on the New Year's Day.
Oh, all individually? No lots?
All individually, yep. Got them all out of the way. And
average price?
$24.21. No, $28.21. Free shipping. $28.21 free shipping. No bids. Oh, well. But again, they're longer tail items. They're all from Pennsylvania. So at some point, people in Pennsylvania will find them and want to buy them. If you happen to be from Pennsylvania and you want advertising fans, I have them.
I'm going to jump 10 comments because this is a biggie.
Okay.
Yep, it certainly is. And I'm a big fan of both.
Bats?
Yes. And the Dallas Cowboys.
You should marry an old bat. Anywho, what else is up here?
Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Amazon seller, not amazing. Yep, I agree with that.
I guess maybe part of the problem is we may all be a little bit jaded because a year ago at this time, the sales were really good.
Yeah.
And so this year might be more with the historical patterns. And as I was noting on last year's show or last week's show, oh, I guess it was last year's show, that sales had gone down throughout the year, that it was so strong in the beginning of the year. And so that it could be we're looking back on last year.
It was like COVID carryover. I think that's what part of it was.
That was a lot of it, yeah.
For a few months, it was like that. It's definitely got to be part of it, right? It's got to be part of it. Definitely.
Yeah, that definitely does.
That'll help. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I was up at 199 items at auction. And as people know, I list my items at auction first. So I do have 199 new listings, of which people want 2 of them. So we're getting somewhere. I'm crying the blues tonight. I don't know if you noticed this or not.
I see that.
I'm doing good.
Have another shot.
Doing good at crying the blues. There you go. You know something, you got to do that kind of stuff though too. And if the sales aren't following, you got to get them done at some point anyway.
I started doing some organizing at the warehouse and at the shop. I told you I'm getting my collection ready to sort through because I got a lot of duplicates. So working on that as well. Let's see what's going on here.
No, we had a busy day today.
We did have a very busy day. It's very stressful. Met with the accountant today because the LLCs were branching out into, well, we thought 5. Well, technically 6 because the existing one. And now a 7th LLC we need to add into play there. So it's going to be complicated, but between the accountant, Papergoy, and myself, we'll figure it out at some point soon.
And the lawyer.
Well, good luck getting them to return a call, but okay. And the banks with all the,
all the checking accounts and all that stuff. A lot of fun going on.
Yeah.
Fun times.
But eventually I'll be able to sleep at night and know I can't lose everything.
Oh, thank you, Michelle.
I worked for. That
is true too. NC counted one of my packages late because they expected me to ship on Columbus Day when the post office was closed. Okay. Yep. So then obviously their computers didn't recognize.
That's crazy.
Yep. I thought the state, because it's inside joke, but for New York State, our internal computers don't recognize holidays either. So I guess Etsy's pretty much maybe New York State programs it on their off time. Who knows?
Crazy. Especially if you can't get it fixed either.
Yeah, that could be a problem over here. One other quick little note. Our schedule may be a little off with videos. We're still going to have videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, which any parrot head knows what I'm talking about. But we do not currently have a video set to go up Saturday that's a bolo. Now we're going to be shooting Saturday morning, and I told Random Neighborhood Kid, you got to get them up. I did do a backup video just in case. So if you don't see a bolo Saturday, it's just because our schedules have been so hectic around the holidays, and I know we're not going to be filming next week, next weekend, and everything. Right. So we're going to continue to bring the videos out on the proper days, the live show, all that kind of thing. But if you do see a little hiccup, it's just because of that. So I did want to let you know. So if all of a sudden on Saturday you see a video that's not bolo, you're not like, what's going on? Is today Tuesday? No, it's just simply we had a little bit of an issue on our end potentially. I did do a deep dive video though into listing and researching, so I think you'll definitely enjoy that one over there. You should watch it.
I should watch. I was just going to say I should watch that one.
Oh, hello, Vintage Philly, PA.
Ron's in the house with no sound. Okay.
Oh. Sorry about Ron. That. I don't think it's us.
Don't try and scream this.
I was just going to say, Ron, you're in Rochester. Open your window. You'll hear me. Oh, do you remember the...
Why do you have to start every sentence with
that? Do you remember?
That should be a part of the, the whole thing like that.
Well, isn't that a song by like Frankie Valli or something? Do you remember something December?
Oh, yeah.
There is a song like that. The issue I was having with the coffee and the order.
For me?
No, the order that never came in.
Oh.
And I put in my... Like thanks. Thanks for paying attention. Wow. You fall asleep during that period.
I have like blackout sometimes.
So I had ordered coffee, and while it was still en route, the seller said, put in an item not received. And I thought that was odd.
Yeah.
And then it said it was delivered, but it never was. And I contacted him, and then I contacted eBay, and then eBay said they would help me after the 31st when the case closed. So then I reached back out to him and I said, hey, it hasn't come yet. Can I get the refund you promised me? He didn't say anything, nothing at all. All of a sudden, 2 days later, he gave me a refund, which I left him a positive feedback and said he stands behind his merchandise because he did not have to do that because the tracking did show delivered. And then I would have had to jump through a whole bunch of hoops to get my money back because I never did get them. Did get the item.
Yeah.
So I don't know what was going on. I don't know if you remember or not. He shipped a 1 pound item to me, and the item weighed like 3 to 4 pounds and all that kind of. So I don't know what happened. I don't know.
You never got anything?
I got nothing.
That's crazy.
I got nothing whatsoever. So I don't know where it went. I don't know what happened. I don't know why he was telling me to open it up early. I have no idea, but I don't get my money back. So all's well that ends well, as they say. Hey, Catherine.
Happy New Year to you as well.
So then I was feeling a little bit, Jazz Explosive Hits. There you go. Oh, we're doing very well. Doing very well. So you complained to me. That is odd. About people that don't get their item and then they complain to the seller instead of trying to, which of course I did on that coffee.
The item's in transit, there's tracking, there's proof that I did my part and shipped it out, and it's in the post office hands at this point. Could be delayed for the holidays.
Well, no, not even that. When it shows delivered.
That's another thing too. They do get upset with that too. But even something that's late, they flip out about it and they want me to solve the problem, which there's only so much we can do.
So I got my refund from that gentleman with the coffee. So I was feeling good.
Yeah.
And I got an email from somebody on Amazon that said, and it was a cheap comic book, $7 comics, $5 comics, something like that.
Right.
The comic shows delivered. I never got it. I said, okay. I said, what did your carrier say when you asked the carrier about that?
Yeah, what happened? So they should be able to explain it to them.
He emailed back. The carrier said that the package was placed in or at mailbox and it was never found.
Okay.
I'm like, I did comment back. That was an odd thing for your carrier to say. Yeah. It's a very odd thing.
Yeah.
I said, that's an odd way of speaking. I've never heard a carrier say it that way before. Well, the person was actually really nice, and they were, I just started collecting. I kind of really wanted the thing, and I was going to make him jump through the hoops with Amazon. I just said, something, I'll just give him the refund. because I do believe that they didn't get it.
Right.
And that guy believed me that I didn't get it. He gave me a refund. So I paid it forward. I gave the person their refund. I said, I'm not going to make them jump through all the hoops.
Yeah.
You know, I just felt like passing it along, but it was just so funny that I just laughed. Carrier said it was placed in or at the mailbox. I go, no, that's not what your carrier said.
No. I always tell them, check with your neighbors, because it does happen sometimes. Their neighbors get it. I had a gentleman that bought a card. It was only $7, and it was delivered. He goes, I don't have a front door, and we're not at home ever. We don't have a mailbox. Where are they going to place it? He had a snowstorm or something like that. And then 2 days later, it was in the neighbor's house.
Well,
so it does happen.
There is a neighbor up the street who I regularly get his mail. Regularly.
Wow.
And then on New Year's Eve, the mail carriers are all screwed up. I got something for somebody in a whole different zip code. It was junk mail, but I still got something for somebody in a whole different zip code. Now, usually what I do in that case, I just put the stuff back out in my mailbox and raise the flag and figure, you know, let them pick it back up. And I've actually had that happen though before, where I got the same piece of mail back again. And I'm like,
oh yeah, that's happened.
That's not where it's supposed to be going. Why do you keep giving it to me?
We get the bakery mail all the time. Same thing. We give it back and we get it back.
It's got to be something other with the scanning on it. Yeah. I think you mentioned before, when listing a magazine, how many photos do you put in each listing? I know front cover, back cover, and table of contents. How many more additional, if any? Yeah,
I mean, generally, I just started doing back cover and table of contents. Even some of the back covers, it has to be valuable. So it all depends on what we're listing. If it's a $10 magazine, we do less. If it's 50 or 100, we'll do more. If there's a centerfold, if there's something worthwhile in there, you can do an extra 1 or 2, but that's about it.
And I try to put, I think most of my magazines end up having 4 to 5 pictures in them. I do the front cover, I do the table of contents, and then I do, obviously, John Travolta article, I do a John Travolta. I especially do if it's something that you can't tell from the table of contents is in there. In other words, if you got a Callier's magazine that you're listing, and it says something or other about like the hottest new starlets,
right?
And then it's got Jane Mansfield in there, but it doesn't mention her in the table of contents.
Yeah,
I'm going to show the picture of her. Or if it's Babe Ruth, I want to show the picture of Babe Ruth because people collect pictures that might be a picture they don't have before, et cetera, et cetera. So I would say most of my magazines end up with 3 to 5 pictures there. Now, occasionally it will get one that's 7, 8, 9, just depending if it's loaded with content. The tough thing to do that you don't necessarily want to do is you don't want to give away all the content for free.
It's true too.
Because let's say that there's a 3-page article on Marilyn Monroe. You don't want to put all 3 pages up there. You want to put 1 page so they can see it, see the picture, get an idea of it.
Yeah.
They want to see the other 2 pages by the magazine.
Yeah, you got to lure them in, front the merchandise.
Well, you do, because otherwise all they'll do is they'll copy and they'll take it out and they got everything that they want out of it. Exactly. And it's like, you've got 1 picture, you have an idea what the article's about. You see, I will say, hey, it's got six Marilyn Monroe pictures in it.
Right.
But I'm not going to show you all 6 necessarily because, again, some people will just copy that and that's it.
Give them a little taste. That's it. First one's free.
Exactly. What are the seller challenges in 2022?
Well, one challenge is for me to get employees, good or bad. That is a big one. I can't find anybody. Said, we're 4 men down at least.
Well, I was talking today with a person through my day job who runs a staffing service, and they said that they go trying to fill a position. They had a situation where 3 people were set up for interviews. None of the 3 showed up. And then they can't get anybody even to agree to an interview for a week and a half at a time.
It's crazy.
And they were trying to figure out where all the employees went to. He said, I don't know what's going on. And we were talking and we were saying maybe a lot of people have kind of gone the gig economy way. Mm-hmm. And, and he's also seeing where people will work for a week and then they quit. Maybe they just needed a little bit of extra money for their car insurance or something like that. But he said that's what he's seeing in there, and he deals with employees every single, trying to recruit every single day.
Yeah.
So for you, that's a big challenge. For me, it's pretty much the same challenge as always. It's time. Time is always the biggest challenge for me, trying to find the time to list stuff. Other than that, I'm thinking, a 1920s magazine is going to be as popular today as it was yesterday, as popular as it will be tomorrow. I mean, I'm not selling hot items. I'm not selling anything at all like that. So there's nothing I have to rush on.
Yeah.
Obviously, if we go into some sort of a situation where you can't go out again, well, then sourcing at the local level may be difficult. But again, I've got enough of a backstock not to have to worry about that, and so do you.
Right. Oh yeah.
So those aren't really issues. I mean, it takes away some of the fun,
Yeah.
but it's not really issues. So,
but I'll clean 45, so they clean them 10 different ways. So I don't know the right or wrong way. I don't even consider myself an expert at this point. But what I do tell my employees first, don't clean it unless it sells or unless it's really filthy, especially on eBay. If you got to take a picture, then you have to clean it. But as far as Amazon goes, if we clean every record, we would be cleaning 50,000 records, and then we only sell 10 or 20 a day. So it takes up a lot of time. But as they sell, then we will clean them if needed. If it's just dust, we would use a tissue or one of those soft rags. If it's something that's a stain and needs something a little more wet, we would just use those wipes, but not the bacteria wipes, just a regular, like the baby wipes that just have like water on them. So other than that, that's all you can really do.
Oh, breaking news story, breaking advice.
Okay.
Get your Valentine's Day items up now.
True. Yeah.
Good time to get those listed. A lot of people kind of wait. They'll wait another week or two. Get yours up now. People buy Valentine's all year long. That is one of the holidays that Christmas and Halloween will sell all year long.
Yeah.
That being said, if you got them piled up, I got mine up last week. I ended up getting, not that I had many, I had like 3. But
ooh,
hey,
February's gonna be good to you.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, that's going to turn around my sales on those 3 items. But yeah, do get your Valentine's up. I just wanted to give you a little public service announcement there. A couple of other quick little bookkeeping notes. I did change the store subscriptions for the $1 Million Peddlers and Viv's Views. Figured, got to do it. I was bumping up to where I was paying 30 cents an item above 250.
Yeah.
I said, we'll give it another, we'll keep going. We'll give it a try. Hopefully the sales will pick up on them. And if not, it comes off the taxes.
Right.
Did I tell you I finally got that heritage order that I had put in?
Oh, after how many? Oh yeah, you
November 28th.
You sent an email, and then
they never answered my email.
Crazy.
Then I went on their website, and they had a note up saying they're behind in shipping. They're behind in answering emails. It's the time of the year. Please be patient. And I'm thinking to myself, not to pack the items.
No.
I can understand if the item doesn't get to me because it's caught in transit.
Right.
That's one thing. You didn't even pack it up.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, are you running too much? They could be having employee problems too, though.
Oh,
they could be
sure.
running the normal
Yeah.
auctions that they do.
Yeah.
And if they're down for whatever reason, whether people are out sick, whether people quit, whether
Yeah.
people are on vacation, took holiday, whatever, it can't get back.
Sure.
Whatever the case happens to be, if they don't have enough people to pack.
If that happens to the grading companies, we'll get them back 2 years from now.
Oh, wondered if anybody. I wonder. I'm going to ask you. Well, you wouldn't. Oh, you would know because you do your offers. And I wonder anybody else out there if you notice this and this is a permanent change or is this just something that happened to happen one time? I got an offer from somebody on an item, and on their offer it said repeat buyer. They have purchased from you before in the last 2 years. Have you seen that?
On eBay?
Yeah.
No, I don't recall. No.
It happened.
Where was it placed in the?
It was right when you click on accept offer.
Yeah.
It said up near the top third of the page, like right above their name and everything. It said repeat buyer has purchased from you in the last 2 years.
Wow.
I saw that Friday, Saturday, sometime. I haven't seen it since then. Now, maybe I haven't had any repeat buyers since then.
Yeah.
But when they put it up, I said, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Because maybe you will take a little bit lower offer from them because you're like, oh, they keep coming back. They keep coming back type deal. And I wondered, has anybody else seen that? Or did that just happen one time and is it just some kind of an eBay beta?
Answer for you.
There you go. The repeat buyer feature is a new enhancement. I've seen it too. Okay, good. That's good to know. Hopefully they keep it around. That's a really, really good idea, I think. The reason why I was asking is because I was listing a couple of days ago. When I listed those advertising fans.
Yeah.
I'd listed, the 50 advertising fans, started listing something else, listed a couple of other items here and there. And then all of a sudden I listed an item and you do the click through. It says, we need a backup funding source to pay your fees in case you don't have enough money. And I'm like, okay, I thought I did that already. And it's like your check, your PayPal, whatever. You know, it was a legitimate eBay page because I was clicking through on eBay. So I clicked on, well, I'll click on PayPal. I guess I'll use that as my backup funding.
Right.
And I clicked whatever the next thing is to go through. Error, we cannot connect to PayPal at this time, or something other like that. I go, okay. So I went back to my listing. It was there in a draft. I put it back through. That was it. It listed. So it was just some random eBay glitch that happened in the middle of nowhere. That's why I was wondering if the repeat buyer was just some beta thing that they had going on some page. You never, exactly. But I think it's a really, really good idea. And if anybody from eBay is watching it, if it's not rolled out completely, do so. I think that's a really good idea. Nope. Troy has seen it as well. Hope it is permanent with eBay. You never know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hey, that could be a glitch.
We actually made something good.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Fire whoever that guy was. So, all right. That's good to know, though. Good to know I wasn't the only one who saw that. Oh, then I want to read a, we have time. We got a couple minutes before we get into the meat and potatoes of the show today. So I got a message through, and I'm going to read really, really fast. I'm going to do my Joe Isuzu. Remember him?
The
speed talker.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my Joe Isuzu impression over here. But I got an email from a gentleman. I'm fully vaccinated and boosted. No, I don't know what's in it. Neither the vaccine or the ones I had as a child, nor do I know what's in the 11 secret herbs and spices at KFC. I also don't know exactly what's in ibuprofen or Tylenol. They just cure my headaches and my pains. I don't know what's in tattoo ink, Botox and fillers, or every ingredient in my soap, shampoo, or deodorants. I don't know the long-term effect of mobile phone use or whether or not that restaurant I just ate at really uses clean foods and wash their hands. There's a lot of things I don't know. I do know one thing. Life is short, very short, and I personally still want to do things. I want to travel and hug people without fear and find a little feeling of life before. Throughout my life, I've been vaccinated against many diseases: polio, chickenpox, hepatitis, influenza, tetanus, and more. My parents and I trusted the science and never had to suffer through or transmit any of these said diseases. I'm vaccinated, not to please the government, not to make other people do it, but I don't want to die or even get sick from COVID-19, kill someone by passing it on, clutter a hospital bed if I get sick, not be able to hug my loved ones, or live my life in fear. I was like, okay. So I didn't say anything, and I just deleted the message. 2 days later, I get the exact same message from the guy. And I'm like,
nice.
Oh, that's wonderful. Why are you sending that message 2 times?
Again.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he wasn't like sending it out to various people and getting rises out of people and getting things, and I just completely ignored it because I'm like, I'm not going to get into a discussion about all of that in the eBay. eBay messages is not the place. B, I'm a business.
Maybe it's a virus. You opened it up.
There you go. Yeah, it could be. Who knows what the heck it is? But
COVID virus.
I wonder if anybody else got that. It was a very, very odd message to get through eBay, and I was like, again, I just ignored it. I believe there's a way I probably could have reported it.
Oh yeah,
because it's some kind of
they would know if he did it to other people. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, okay, but the fact he sent it a second time told me he was trying to get a rise out of me or trying to get a comment out of me or something or other like that. I'm like, I'm not going to play that game. I'm too busy to play games like that. So, a little crazy over there. A couple other comments there, and we'll get into the meat and potatoes.
Don agrees.
Yeah, weird thing to send through. That's crazy. That is
better you than me. Because I would have forwarded it to you and said, "What is this? What does this mean?
You would have
break it down for me."
Exactly.
Give me the cliff notes of this thing.
Exactly. So we're going to get into our main topic now. Oh, we're a little early today into it. It's funny. We had somebody new to the channel who saw one of the live shows and said they really enjoyed the content, but their complaint was it took us 40 minutes to get into the main topic. So I commented back to him and I said, thank you for watching. Definitely do appreciate it. Just to let you know, anytime we watch the live show, fast forward to the 40-minute mark to see the main topic. And sure enough, we're here at 39 minutes and 12 seconds set to go into the main topic. So it's all like clockwork. Perfect. Definitely appreciate it. Oh, all right. So the person just grabbed it off of Facebook. So he stole it. He didn't even write that thing. He sent it to me. I should have said, you're stealing my work. That's my copyrighted material. I'm taking you to court. See you in court. Anyway, so we're going to talk about look back on 2021. And I want everybody out there as well to let us know how your 2021 was and anything you learned from it. And I think the main part also is what we learned from it that we're going to take forward into 2022. because those who don't know the past are doomed to repeat it. So go ahead, Mr. Magazine, take it away. I know you were telling me one big thing that you wanted me to take a look at when I was helping you run your numbers.
Yep. Tell him. Go on, big shot. Tell him.
I don't listen. I'm a terrible employee.
Oh, separating the numbers. Yep. So, well, obviously 2021 was a success. We had our most sales, the most buys, most employees until, a few months ago. We lost a few, but that's one of the things obviously I want to change it. Probably, I know it's hard, but try and find more employees. At least, say I'm going to hire 10, I end up hiring 3 instead of saying I'm going to hire 3 and end up hiring 1. So we're going to, once we can find these guys out there or women.
Well, do you remember? No, something that I told you 8 years ago, 7 years ago,
you said
6 years ago, 5 minutes,
8 minutes ago. No.
Hire 10 people, and you're going to get 1 to 2 people that stick that are good at it. And the other thing that I told you from all the years, and again, I've never had employees, I'll readily admit that, but I deal every single day with business owners. You hire the 10 employees, and you hope to get 2 to 3 that stick, that are good, that are there long term.
Yeah.
And if you find somebody, if for instance you're hiring somebody to be a lister, and the person shows up every day, is willing to work hard, but they're a terrible lister, you don't let them go.
No, I agree.
You find something for them to do.
Yeah.
Maybe they can't do what they were hired to do, but they have some other skill, whether it's they're great at packing, they're great at pulling, because they're willing to show up and work hard every day. And that in and of itself now is,
they care, they like
it.
The job, they're having fun doing it, they want to come in, they're on time, and we got an employee now that he was supposed to work 30 hours when we hired him. He's working 25, but out of the 25, he's coming in late, he's leaving early, and ends up being like 20. It's like, do you really want the job? And he knows we're a man down or 2 men down, whatever it is. It's just people like that. We're so short that we're keeping him at this point.
Oh, hit the like button. Very good idea.
Absolutely.
Well, but then you have another employee who is hired to list, and he doesn't do a ton of listing. However, he does help you out in a lot of other ways. He will do a lot of the dirty jobs that you don't necessarily want to do.
Yeah.
He's handy.
Yeah.
And so on. So even though you hired him for one specific task, and he might be doing that task he's doing it at 100%, but you wanted him to do it 8 hours a day.
Right.
He's only doing 50% of the time doing what you hired him to do.
Right.
But he's accomplishing other things. And now you're looking at it saying, something, I can always find another lister. This guy shows up.
Right.
He doesn't talk back. He's willing to do what I ask him to do.
Yep.
He's got a positive attitude about it. That's got value.
Sure.
If I were just hiring him as a lister, if I were assembly line and you're a lister and here's what you have to do, he wouldn't be working for you because he can't meet the listing numbers. That being said, he does enough other things to make him valuable to the organization. And I think that's something that you've learned throughout the days, that you can't necessarily, you can't put the square peg into the round hole. It doesn't always work that way. So you make things work for people who do show up and do care.
But definitely got to hit it hard for some employees. That's a big thing. Obviously, buying smarter, be more disciplined. That's a big thing. And like you said, when I spoke with you about all the money we spent on cards last year, obviously we sold a lot of cards. We still have a ton of cards sitting around. So I wanted to figure out how much we spent, kind of figure out how much we really sold off and how much we really made. Probably the least profitable items that we sell
percentage wise,
because someone comes in with $1,000 card, you can't buy that for $100.
So you were talking about, you weren't just talking about boxes of cards, you were also talking
single
about
cards
single
as
cards
well.
as well.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that one big deal with the Coca-Cola trays, well, that's a no-brainer. You got 20,000 cards for whatever it was.
If you haven't seen that video, definitely do check it out. It's a Monday haul video with Mr. Magazine. Definitely a good video.
That's definitely a no-brainer. But like when it comes to single cards and high-end cards and graded cards and older, cards, you can't buy these things like you can magazines and records and comics in bulk, for pennies on a dollar. You got to step up, and it's a small profit thing. So part of the problem is someone comes in with $1,000 graded card. You saw one sell for $1,000. He wants $600. Even if you're lucky enough to get it for $500, mine never sell for that $1,000 right off the bat. it's just the way it is. They look at me like a flea market, so I'm not a card, niche. So say I get $850 out of it. Now the fees, the cost into it. I'm not making much at all on this stuff. Where if I spent, $500, $600 on a magazine collection or a comic collection, I would be making 10 times my money long term.
I guess the flip side of that is depending on how quickly you sell the card. If you can make $50 in a week on that, well, versus the magazine collection, it never gets listed.
Right. Well, here's part of the problem too. You buy 100 cards that are worth $10 to $100. Well, let's go further. 1,000. We can't list 1,000 cards, and the cheaper ones are never going to get listed. So you're factoring that into the value of the whole lot,
okay.
And you're paying, even if you pay a little less, you say you list 25, 30% of the better cards to get your money back, and then you don't really get your money back because of the small profit margin, or you're taking offers. You still have the rest of it just sitting around.
So basically, you break even, and you got a bunch of $20 cards sitting around that you're never going to sell,
or less. 5, 10, 50, whatever. So yeah, I'm definitely going to look into that. You can help me this year and see if it's worth putting as much time and money into it, especially with inventory that we already have that's paid for. That's high profit,
Right. Oh, thank you. We do
that.
try. We do try. A couple other comments, and I'll get.
Oh, that's that's definitely a big deal.
Oh yeah, Fanatic. Did I tell you Fanatics bought Topps?
Did I tell you that?
No, you didn't tell me that. I didn't tell you that, but yes, they did.
I did find out. Yeah,
they did do that. Yep, I did read that. Should be interesting. Well, Topps had lost a lot of licenses. They still had licenses to I think soccer. I think they still had, and
a few things. Yeah,
Formula One maybe, and a couple of other things like that. So, but then there's talk about whether Fanatics is going to get in trouble with the government for antitrust things where they have all of the licenses or too many of the licenses and nobody else can do cards.
Well, at some point that's what it's going to be when they take Panini. They'll take over Panini. Yeah.
Well, the other side of it though is who had more or less a monopoly on cards for 50 years.
Exactly.
Yeah. Topps did. Well, it wasn't 50; it was 30 years.
Sure.
If their monopoly was if you had bubblegum in the cards, as I remember, that was what their monopoly was. The bubblegum cards.
Holy cow. Was that the regular FF era card? Because I've never got more than $30-$40 for mine. I know there's different variations to the blocks. They're white, black, oval, square, rectangular. So, but if that's a regular FF era, that's crazy. Good for you.
I'm a $45 fees too.
That's.
Oh, trust me, I've done some things where I've looked at things. I'm like, between eBay fees, post office made more money than me on this deal.
Yeah. But I'd rather sell mine for $400 and pay $46 and sell mine for $30 and pay.
Yeah, right. Obviously,
$4.
Yeah, no, obviously, that would be better. Yeah, I bought a spin clean record cleaner from Amazon. Oh, all right. Okay.
All right, cool.
Nice. Good. Thank you very much on that.
Good to know. Good to know.
So heading into definitely will. So one thing that I wanted to say for 2021, I keep wanting to say 2019. I think I'm a couple of years ago. That was like the last real year that we had. I think that's probably why.
True.
Looking back on 2021, I think we've made strides with the YouTube channel. And thank everybody out there watching. We've picked up a lot of subscribers and definitely do appreciate everybody for their support. But I also focus when we did start doing the live show, which I think is a lot of fun.
Very fun.
Going forward, I'm definitely going to be taking over a lot more of the editing and all that kind of stuff. So that should be
a train
wreck.
Fun as well. Yeah,
that should be a train wreck.
Fun. Yeah.
Couple of things that I was noticing about the show that we didn't do that I wanted to do, that we didn't do any interviews during the year. And at some point we want to do that.
Yeah.
Quick aside to everybody out there, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, yours truly will be appearing on a friend of the channel, Auction Professor. He's got a panel show where he's doing.
I was asked as well, but I will not be in town. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I was waiting for a panel show where you're talking about 1970s paneling.
Exactly.
But
Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, there you go. So definitely do check that out. We will definitely remind you next week about that. So that should be a lot of fun. Another thing that I didn't do during the year.
Is this a live thing?
Yeah, it's gonna be live.
Oh, okay. Yep. So what time is that?
It would be 7:00 a week from Thursday.
I should be in my hotel room at that point.
Nice. So thank you. That's why people watch our show. Anywho, did no garage sourcing videos, which I wanted to do. I wanted to show a bunch of videos, go out into the garage and cleaning stuff up. And that kind of leads into trying to buy smarter this year because I've got an entire garage full of stuff and would definitely like to get some garage sourcing videos down. But also like to be able to get the lawnmower out without having to move 12 boxes. That would be a plus as well. The other thing, eBay. How was your eBay last year, sales wise? And everybody out there, how was your eBay and your Amazon? If you saw on Amazon, how were your sales?
I think eBay was our best year ever, and Amazon as well. But my Amazon sales were double the previous year, where eBay was probably like 20-25% more.
My eBay was the best year I ever had by about $400.
Okay.
It was better than the previous year by about 10%. But I sold 200 fewer items. So I sold about 4% fewer items and had 10% higher sales, which I think bodes well going forward because I've been trying to raise my price on things. I've been trying, and again, as you list more $20, $25 items and you're selling off, if in 2021 I sold off a $12 item, I'm not listing any more $12 items.
Right, true.
So that's gone. So those lower end items are slowly getting picked off.
Right.
And that's how I was able to sell fewer items.
Actually, that's one of the things I was going to say as far as 2022, because like,
up 56%.
That's huge.
That's big.
But I'm going to use Hot Wheels for an example real quick. My employee loves to list them. They're easy to put on. They go for $5 to $15. That's all they go for. I said, put the Hot Wheels away. Let's store them. We have $20, $30, $50. So we got to get our average ticket up even higher and push those higher price items. Why let them sit around and put on $3, $4, $5, $10 items? So that's another thing we're going to change this year.
Okay. Yep. Amazon was up about $20 from last year.
Wow. Pretty consistent.
No, it was $100 more, but I sold 300 more items.
Oh, so your average ticket went down.
On Amazon. So I sold 300 more items to make $100 more.
Now, would you know if it was cheaper items that you listed throughout the year compared to previous years, or were they older items?
They were older items. Yep, they were older items. I think what happened was, I think some of the comics are low-priced comics, and I think people picked off the other people's, the people who were priced even lower than me.
Yeah.
So now I think I'm the lowest price on a lot of those comics that I listed in 2013. So it took 9 years to sell. It only took 9 years to be the lowest seller.
Records. Same thing with records. We have those $5 ones we listed 10 years ago, and that's what sells a lot, like at Christmas time.
Actually, talking about that, I can only speak for New York State. New York State actually does charge on the shipping and handling. So New York State it's 8. Well, where we live at in New York State, it's 8% across the board, regardless. So, but different states are different ways on that over there. So, with that, one other thing that I noticed, and this is kind of interesting.
Scared piles are growing. Mine are.
No, I'm not buying much this year. So my scared piles are actually going the other way.
Oh, nice.
I would say eBay is in 2021 was roughly 2/3 of my sales. Amazon was 1/3 of my sales. I'm going to leave out any of the peripheral, we not count the 2 items I sold on papergoy.com. So 2/3 eBay, 1/3 Amazon. My returns were 1/3 eBay, 2/3 Amazon dollar-wise.
Wow.
So there are a lot more returns on Amazon, whether it's because of stock photos.
Oh, you do mine. You must know mine are the same way.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a stock photos.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's nobody bothers to read the description line.
True, too.
I don't know if it's just Amazon buyers just are more likely to return things. Not really sure what it is. Not really sure if I can do anything to change that going into 2022. Obviously with whatever 20,000 items listed on Amazon or whatever I have, I'm obviously not going back and changing anything on it. It is the way that it is. So not much I can do about it, but I just found that kind of interesting on that
real
over there.
Quick, you're talking about returns because eBay wasn't really bad compared to Amazon, but you notice a lot of people canceling on me. It's like every day, how many, like 2 or 3 people cancel their buys. It's crazy.
Oh, on eBay?
Yeah.
Cards.
Yeah.
You are getting cards are continually. And the other thing, because we use the web interpret where we sell on various sites across the country or across the world.
Yeah.
You also are getting people, and I get it occasionally too, where people cancel because of the shipping costs.
Right.
And it makes you wonder exactly what they think. Now, one person did send me a copy of an email / invoice that they had received from another seller because I was selling them a magazine and they're like, you know, you want $24 to ship it? That's outrageous. I got it from this other guy and it was for like $8. And I said, well, I don't know how he did that. Well, they sent me what he did. And I said, well, he sent it as a flat. I said, that's documents only.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to send it that way. I said, he got away with it.
Right.
And you paid less in shipping, but you're not supposed to do that because you're not filling out your customs form. You're not doing all that. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't match that. I do things the right way. I said, but you got it that way. You know, hey, whatever, buy from that guy again if you're willing to take those chances. But I can't offer that.
It's just like the media mail. Everyone expects media mail. I said, you can't do that. I go, other sellers do it. Doesn't mean I have to do it. It's not right.
Yep. Well, nowadays it's a lot easier nowadays with letting eBay handle that, but even eBay can't handle that. I notice when I do buy things on eBay, even just take magazines, sometimes they charge me sales tax on it. Sometimes they don't charge me sales tax on it. Comic books, sometimes I'm paying sales tax. Sometimes I'm not. And I haven't changed anything. It's just, I'm still having them shipped to the same address. I have not changed one item or one thing about it. Sometimes I'm paying sales tax, sometimes I'm not, and I can't find any rhyme or reason about it. Must be a repeat buyer thing. I don't know what it is.
Exactly. That's pretty impressive. They're very impressive.
2,000 items on eBay, got 3 returns. Wow. I'll give some real numbers. I did on eBay $111,000 of sales. My refunds were $600.
Wow,
so that's under 0.5%. Usually my refunds run between 1% to 2% on that. So
mine's gotta be 1%, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Easily. Yeah, I think yours runs about 2% to 2.5%. A little bit higher, yeah. Well, a lot of that though is on older items that can't be found, and those don't get refunded back.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I ran about 0.5% refunds in 2000, and I want to continue that. Obviously, I mean, you're going to have some refunds, and that isn't actually completely a true refund number. It is, in that I gave those refunds back, but some of that two times during the year, so maybe $50 worth of that is somebody buys something and then wants to cancel it, but they've already paid. So yeah, it counts as a refund because it counts as a sale. It counts as a refund when I give it back. So my actual percentage is probably 0.4%, which is really, really low. And I definitely want to continue that going forward because historically it's been about 1% to 2%. So quite happy about that. But those are some real numbers there.
Nice.
Nope, you're right. Sales
tax. Well, I thought that was your rambling story.
Wow, thank you. Another thing is, and I think you had the same thing happen, and I think a lot of people out there watching had this happen. We got behind even more this year on listing, as far as piles and death piles and all that kind of thing. But not this year.
No.
None of us are going to have that happen this year.
Once I get my super employees, then the problem will be solved.
You got to find somebody that works darn hard. That's all you need. Somebody like that to clear everything up. And I did sell 36 items on Etsy during the year. So for just starting up,
I sold one on Mercari.
So one on Mercari. That was this year.
Did you do Mercari?
I've got about 15 items listed on there.
That was this year.
I didn't sell any last year.
All right.
Phenomenal growth.
I already beat last year's.
Phenomenal growth.
2 days into the year.
Yep. So that's over there, and then again, and I think we're all transitioning to higher prices. I think we've all realized that. We did have the live show a little while ago about how your eBay store is not a garage sale. You're trying to get higher ticket items. I'm trying to list higher ticket items. The one problem that I'm running into still, and we talked about this last week on the show, is I've got the things that I bought years ago that are sitting there in piles.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
And you come across the box and you're looking at it. Like I went to the flea market last year, and I must have bought 150 comics for $20. You cannot lose money on it.
No shot.
But I've got about 140 of those comics still sitting in the box unlisted.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And then when I do list them, most of them are going to be $4 to $6 each on Amazon.
Right.
But again, if you've taken the time to look them up, you might as well list them just because. So I've got to stop doing that this year, but I do have to clean up the stuff from last year and the year before and the year before and the year before, because otherwise you're just going to sit in that pile anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to do something with them, and you can't, if it's not listed, you can't sell it. Not easily, especially not, you could actually sell it through the retail store.
Right. Try
it. Nobody's showing up at my house and saying, hey, I heard you had a comic book in your living room. Can I buy it? That's not happening.
Bestseller. That's a tough one. I mean, it all depends on quantity, prices. For me, it's magazines. So they got more magazines than anything else listed. You know, I would like to do cards, but cards are tough. You just can't buy all the cream. You know, that's the problem.
I would say probably magazines for me.
Consistently good priced. You know, you make good money on them. And
I think every day I sell magazines. I can't say that about anything else.
Right.
Yeah, so it would definitely be magazines, without a doubt on that over there. Yeah, watch Popeye's Hoarder House video. He realized my office isn't so bad. That was a good video, though. That was a good one. Check it out if you haven't already. These employees buy truckloads of stuff. You're a party pooper.
I never said for 2022 that I'm going to stop buying truckloads. As a matter of fact, I have a deal going on at the end of the month in New Jersey, right? It is in New Jersey. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it, but he claims they have 30,000 monster science fiction books, magazines, movies, toys, records, and so forth. So we're going to get the numbers and crunch it. We kind of have a deal in place. We got to tweak it a little bit because the Ohio fine, that gentleman was the lead. And I got to give him a finder's fee, and I got to get the cost of the trucking. But it's going to happen, Don. It's going to happen. If you want to be a part of it, hey, you can help out as well. We'll get a couple trucks. We'll drive up to Jersey and see what's there. But hopefully, well, I'd rather do it in February, but looking like end of January, early February. Got to make room at the warehouse, though.
Well, here's the problem. And here's the risk of that, though, is weather.
True. Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't it be funny if you got stuck in 27 hours on the highway?
No. That's
if I'm not with
fears.
You, if I'm not with you, it's very funny. If I'm with you, it's not funny at all.
Exactly. Well, I have to go and count the items because I don't trust Gil.
But you trust him, you just don't trust his counting ability.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because he's in a hurry. Yeah, it looks good to me. 30,000. Yeah.
3 boxes.
Yeah.
Well, no worries. No worries, Popeye. No worries. We definitely do appreciate you watching to start with. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh. All right, we're going to head on into the rambling story of the week. Now, you always buy better cars. You didn't have the jalopies that I had.
I do like a nice car now and then.
Have you ever had a wheel bearing go on your vehicle?
Well, I generally don't keep them that long. Usually I like to keep my vehicles under warranty or get rid of them every 3 to 5 is pushing it lately because I'm getting older. I got a family. I keep them 5 years maybe, but generally 3 years. So no, the answer is no.
Do you know what the warning sign of a wheel bearing going is?
My rides are very smooth, so I don't know. I'm going to say it's a rough ride.
If you hear a grinding, whining sound from the back tire area,
or the passenger. I thought you were going to say the passenger seat. I said yes.
I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. So I was driving, and I didn't know this for a while. So I was driving along, and I was like hearing a from the back. I'm like, what the heck is that? That's really, really odd. Really, really odd. So I'm driving around, and it keeps getting a little worse, and the car is not handling exactly right. So I finally got a little bit concerned about it. So I pulled over, and I called a buddy of mine that knew a lot about cars, and he said, I'm working right near there. Let me come by. So he comes by, and he goes, what's going on? And I explained to him the sound I heard and where I heard it at and everything. So he goes to the back driver's side tire, and he goes, so it's back over here. I go, yeah. So he takes his hand, he moves the tire, and the tire comes off in his hand. The entire tire comes off in his hand.
Is that a good thing?
I go, I don't think it's supposed to do that.
That would save you time in a NASCAR race.
I go, it's not supposed to do that, is it? And he goes, I don't think so. So we ended up having to call, we should have called a wrecker. But anyway, called and they winched it up on a truck and brought it there. And it turned out that's what it was. And when I got it repaired, I was told that I was actually, well, two different reasons. I was very, very lucky that I pulled over when I did.
Yeah.
Because I would have had a car with the tire leaving the vehicle while I was driving, which is probably not a safe thing. And he said, the mechanic said the other thing that ends up happening is when that happens, people panic, as you might.
Sure.
They slam on their brakes and they end up blowing out the master cylinder as well. So I ended up saving myself a lot of money by having it come off of my buddy's hand like it was a Lego. So
nice.
That's if you hear that sound, pull over and get it checked out.
Yeah.
So now you know.
Or if the sound is coming from inside the vehicle, push that sound.
I'm not touching that. Let's see what these.
All right, we'll move on. Aaron's in the house. I don't know if you've been here the whole time or just what's up now, but how's it going, buddy? Happy New Year. Yes, magazines work well for us. We've been doing it forever, so I think that's part of it too. We've built up a huge inventory over the years, so we're going to go with that.
Well, and part of it is you've got the name Mr. Magazine, and there's only a couple of other magazine buyers out this way that go to the places that I go to buy, estate sales and all that stuff. And I've been doing it long enough that I know what to pick. And there are other competitors in books, and there are other competitors. And the thing is, you can find magazines at most sales. You can't necessarily find, I mean, I prefer the ephemera, but you don't find ephemera that often at estate sales. And when you do, it's only a couple of pieces here and there. So I think magazines, the reason why I think that it might be my best seller is just because I get it regularly. Yeah. For instance, the gentleman out in California that sells me the magazines that I mentioned before, I just got an invoice from him yesterday, as a matter of fact, saying, oh, got another order for you. Send me $218. I'm like, oh, okay. So I've got those magazines coming in. Well, I want to get those listed because magazines take up enough space that you want to get them listed. Yeah. I want to get them listed because they back up and they take up space versus if I have a box of, 100 postcards or 100 pieces of ephemera, doesn't take up as nearly as much space. So it's not as big of a deal getting it on as quickly. So I think that I don't necessarily think magazines in and of themselves sell because they're magazines. I think it's because we both push magazines just because of our situations. Sure. And then people obviously do come in and, we know more about them to buy them and all that kind of thing as well.
We get a higher price for ours as well, too. Like I said, they look at me as a garage sale. Well, not a magazine garage sale, a sports card comic garage sale. So where if I had all comics or all sports cards, I'd get high price for those and less for the magazines. Just how it is.
Yeah. Yep.
But Vintage Philly is probably the most observant person on the planet at this point. Yep, I see it. I see it too.
I do too, and I can't believe Mr. Magazine took 3 rambling stories and then only gave me the one. It's amazing.
East Coast Thrifter. Oh gosh, I really don't. Not that I don't want to, but I've been asked a few times from our local friend that sold to us many times, and it's just I never have anything good that I would want to sell. So if someone wanted to buy 1,000 car magazines, I can give you a really good deal on that because I have a ton of them, or Life magazines and stuff like that. But anything good, I'm not going to sell $50 magazines to someone for $5 or $10 because I know I can get more money online for that. So, but generally, I have not done much of that at all.
Yep, and I did a video long time ago, one of our first videos, and I really don't even know what the title of it is now, but it's one of our early videos. If you ever wanted to do a deep dive, go back and find it. You have to know yourself, and you have to know whether you want to get the short nickel or the long dime. Right. And we are both long dime people, almost all the time. Very, very. I mean, I will take the short nickel on a few things here and there, but they tend to be deals that I can't handle that I then flip to Mr. Magazine, and I make. Well, I didn't make anything on Life magazines, but on most magazine deals or deals like that, I make 100. I spend $1,000. I make $100. Sell to you for $1,100. I made $100 for being in the right place at the right time. Yeah. And I'm happy with something other like that because I know I can't handle it or couple of times I've been at the right place, right time, picked up some adult stuff, and I just flip that right to you because I don't deal in that.
Right.
So I flip that to you. Or if I picked up a, if I was at the right place at the right time and picked up a large toy collection, I flip it right to you. I don't want to deal with it, and I'm happy making a little bit of money.
I remember that time you bought that huge Toy Story toy deal and you sold it to me. Yeah, you're right.
I paid. That was an auction, so I paid good money for that.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you. I did flip the Superman stuff to you.
That is true. Actually, there's one item that I have is bulk inventory that is for sale on eBay. Is that container with the 50,000 magazines? So if someone wants to buy 50,000 magazines for 50 cents a piece, it's a hell of a deal.
That is a good deal.
All right.
All right, we're going to take one last look through the last couple of comments. I'll try to not have another rambling story. I got to save something for next week.
Exactly. Let's try 3 next week instead of 4.
Wow.
Hey, it's not me. Vintage Philly.
I used to like that guy too. All right, everybody. Thank you. Hopefully you take some of the lessons from 2021 and apply them to 2022. I'm going to filibuster here at the end just because I should be in the Senate. I can filibuster all day long. Want me to read the phone book? I can do that too. So hopefully you can take the lessons from 2021 and apply them to 2022. Hopefully we can all continue not getting into buys that aren't worth buying. Hopefully the sales do pick up. Hopefully you all stay safe out there. Hopefully you're all able to get home if you're traveling. And we will see you next week.
Take care. Bye-bye.